Alright now, so let's start. Tonight is your third day on this tour, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, so how was Germany?
It was very good, yeah, very good. It's new and, we're dealing with different site stages and things like that, so there's some challenges, but, considering the fact that it's new and all that stuff, and especially with the hologram, it went well. We're very happy about it.
And how was the fans' reception?
I thought it was really good. Yeah. Very good. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to. I can't say that maybe the German audience is the loudest audience in the world, but you can kind of tell in the expression of their faces that they were happy.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to people afterwards.
And tonight you have a show in Warsaw, and then you are traveling to?
We're traveling to Spain.
To Spain.
And we're playing 3 shows in Spain.
Right.
So.
And the tour continues up until, I think, 2018?
December 21st is the
last
show.
day. Okay, so in 2018 you're gonna play in. Where are you gonna play?
We're looking at running the U.S.
Yeah.
We're looking at South America, and then we're going to continue the tour into Australia and New Zealand, possibly, and Asia.
So it's going to be the world tour, basically.
Yeah. Now, if all of it will be in 2018, I don't know.
Do you play in Scandinavia, in Sweden?
You know what? Funny you say that, because we had a few shows in Scandinavia that all got canceled.
Right.
So the idea is to come back and do Scandinavia at a later time.
Right. Okay, I see. And can you tell me, where did the idea for Dio Returns tour?
I think, like a combination probably of Jeff from iLusion and Wendy.
Right.
Talking with one another. I think Wendy has for a while thought of doing something like this, and then she met Jeff and they started talking and it's been working out great. So
yeah. And the hologram thing, it's quite a controversial issue with the fans. I read on the internet that some people don't like it, but most of cases I read, there are people who are not able, to travel to a show, to come to a show, to experience it live. So they just spill out the venom on YouTube, commenting on, some amateur recordings. So what would you say to these people who, are not really into mixing technology with live music?
Well, I don't think it's I wouldn't recommend anybody to look at it and compare it to the real thing.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's not here with us anymore, and the hologram obviously is, it's a technical thing. It's been technically created. So I would advise people to not look at it that way. Look at it as a form of presentation of the music with a live band. And the fact that we're doing most of the songs without the hologram in the show, with the normal Dio Disciples bands, I think that people shouldn't maybe be so quick at jumping and criticizing it. Perhaps, it's. And there's been a lot of it, and I think also a lot of people, once they see it and once they experience the whole show, they'll change their mind. Now the problem is seeing it on YouTube and seeing it in real life is going to,
different vibes.
Different.
Yeah.
So.
And what was the idea behind Dio Disciples?
Well, the idea was Ronnie's bandmates wanted to continue his legacy and celebrate his music and celebrate his life. And that's how it all started. And because they knew the fans were morning, and the fans still wanted to hear the music. So they got two singers because they didn't want to make it look like, hey, we're replacing Ronnie, because obviously he's irreplaceable. So that's kind of how it started, and it's always been about that. It hasn't been about let's see how much money we can make. It has been all about, you know, honoring him, and, you know, anytime there's an idea or something, we're always looking at, you know, what would Ronnie do in this situation, and what would he like? So that's always like number one.
Have you ever met Ronnie?
I did briefly, yeah. The fact I am the only guy, except for the singers, that were never in Dio, with Dio. So I obviously don't have the same history at all with him, and this close friendship that they did. So, but I was friends with Craig Goldie for a very long time, about 20 years before we started working together. So, so we're kind of, I guess he learned a lot from Ronnie, and he, through the years, has been a good friend and a mentor of mine. So, and also I worked with Rick Owens. In house for 5 years. So.
Okay, and Ronnie, as we know, has such a rich body of work, musical output. How did you guys come up with a set list for the shows?
It's not easy because, you know, you take a song out, you're going to make a lot of people sad. You know, you're never going to be able to satisfy everybody. It's impossible. And that's something, you know, we have to live with. We try to kind of alternate songs and kind of, you know, we take a song out and we'll put it back in a couple months later, stuff like that. You know? But it is hard because we got to balance, you know, the Sabbath songs with the Rainbow songs, with the Dio songs. And it's quite a challenge. You know?
Do you think the hologram can become a part of a live show in the future? With so many artists, you know, on the other side at the moment.
Oh yeah, I mean, I it's inevitable. I don't see why it wouldn't, because if you have, let's say for example, Tom Petty, you still have the Heartbreakers, and if they want to do that, you know, then I think you get as close as you possibly can to the real thing. Right. Now, if you get random musicians that never worked with the artist before, then that can be debatable, maybe.
Right.
But I think it's great. I mean, if people want to see it, and in our case, it's live vocals of Ronnie's that we're playing too. So it's that alone, I think, makes a difference as opposed to having studio recordings. You know,
right.
There's a lot of things that I think people don't necessarily know when they jump and they criticize and stuff like that. But no, I think a lot of artists are going to be doing it, and a lot of them are already talking about it and stuff like that. So it's definitely going to be big in the future.
Okay. When it comes to Ronnie's music, did it touch you personally? Like, did it shape you as a human being, as a musician? And if so, in what way, or in what ways?
Very much. Well, the first album I heard that I, you know, knowing that it was Ronnie was Dio, Holy Diver. That album, that really blew me away. It was really, I mean, a lot around that time. I personally thought there was a lot of good music that came out in hard rock and metal. But he had something, and I should say, the band had something very special. And then at that point, you know, when you buy a record with an artist and you really like them, you start to dig into the history, obviously. So a lot of the Rainbow and the Sabbath came out before I was like a big fan of the music, of hard rock and heavy metal music, I should say. So the one album that I really got into heavily was the Richie Blackmore's Rainbow, the first.
The first one?
Yeah. That was...
I really got into the third one, Long Live Rock and Roll.
Yeah.
That was for me. I don't know why, but, you know.
Yeah. Oh, they're all amazing.
Yeah, they are all amazing, that's right. So Ronnie in 2009, last time with Heaven and Hell, and it was like a year before he passed away, and I really couldn't get to grips with his, it was sudden because, in Poland, the media didn't cover his, his battle with cancer. And I would like to ask if you are one way or the other involved with his Stand Up and Shout Cancer Fund.
Oh yeah, I have been actually. And through Dio Disciples, we've all been involved with performing at all the Right for Ronnie events, and the 5th year anniversary, we performed that, and some other events that we every year, as long as we're not on tour or something, we take part of the Bowl for Ronnie event and stuff like that. So we help out as much as we can with all that stuff and on the organization. It's been great.
So what's your favorite Dio album? Is it still Rainbow or?
Oh, it's always a tough one to pick a favorite of anything that you like a lot. I don't know if I can pick a favorite. I would say maybe possibly Holy Diver or the first Richie Blackmore's Rainbow.
Right. Yeah. So can you tell me about your own projects, musical projects?
Yes, I have a band called Soul Sign with Mark Bowles on vocals and Mike Cancino on drums, Bjorn Englen on guitar. And we're working on a new album, so we're going to have that this year and next year, 2018. And working with some other bands. I've been tracking a lot of sessions this past year. And one band I've been working with is Plenty Heavy with the Greg Marr and Mike Hansen trio, power trio. And kind of, punky, poppy, shredded at the same time, So it's a fun project. I've been recording for Tara Lynch, which is a great singer, guitar player, upcoming, and he's making her first album. It's been great, produced by Brent Woods, who's a great producer and musician as well. And yeah, it's been quite busy, so I've been working with a few different bands.
Good luck with all your projects.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the interview.
No problem.
That's gonna go. Yeah.